Do you mind not coming to my wedding after all?
But Claire, the invitation has already arrived, and I already RSVP'd that I'd be coming with my husband. He's your older brother.
My brother can come on his own. This date is about me, and it'll be a problem if you come.
What? Why would that be a problem?
Come on! You're like 25 centimeters taller than me, and you have a successful career. And all of the people from my fiancé's company will be looking at you, you know, or something like that. I'm finally having a wedding, so I can't have another woman come and steal the spotlight. I'm the one who's supposed to be the center of attention, so I can't have someone like you who stands out so much come and ruin that.
But you're so cute. There won't be any problems.
I know I'm cute. That's obvious. But if you think flattering me is going to make me change my mind and let you come to my wedding, you're wrong.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
Anyway, on the day of the wedding, just make up some random excuse to get out of it.
Yeah, except I'm with your mother and brother right now, and they've both seen this conversation.
What?
Hey, Samantha. How are you feeling? You don't happen to be feeling sick at all, do you? You know, maybe you feel too sick to come today?
Nope, nothing like that at all.
Oh, is that right?
Claire, if I don't show up today, wouldn't that just make you and James look bad in front of everyone?
Why would that be?
Well, I don't think I really have to explain my position, but basically I'm married to the brother of the newlywed wife. On top of that, I'm your soon-to-be husband's most important client. And if I say so myself, by trying to force me to stay away just because you want to be in the spotlight, a lot of the other guests who know me will probably look down on you for it.
Oh, do you really think so? Well, at the very least, be quiet and don't stand out. I'm the queen of today.
I told you, it's fine. Just calm down a bit. It's by making such a fuss over this that you'll end up looking bad. Your brother and mom told you that too, didn't they?
OMG, that's so horrible!
That's rich coming from you. Whose fault is it that I fell down the stairs and can't walk anymore?
Hey, it wasn't on purpose, you know. It was an accident. I just stepped on the edge of your dress. Sorry I knocked you down, but it must have really hurt a lot falling down the stairs. You'd better go to the hospital right away. You might have even hit your head without realizing. What if you got a concussion? Damn, I really wanted you to be part of the ceremony too, but if an injured person is there, there's just too much to worry about, you know? What if you actually did hit your head badly and fainted in the middle of the ceremony? How bad would that be? Seriously, I'm worried. So make sure you go to the hospital. You can even just go home. Don't worry about the wedding at all.
You really don't want me to attend that badly?
What? Not at all. Seriously, I'm super disappointed. From the bottom of my heart.
If you're insistent, I guess it can't be helped. I'll go get checked out at the hospital.
Good, good. I'll also be less worried that way.
It's probably just a sprain, though.
Hey, why did my brother leave too? You could have just gone to the hospital on your own. Obviously, his little sister's wedding is more important than anything else. Tell him to come back. I tried to tell him myself, but he won't pick up his phone or reply on WhatsApp either. Are you kidding me? Mom and Dad went with you to the hospital too? Why would they do that? And when they heard that, Grandma and Granddad, even my cousins all left too. What's going on? Even my fiancé left? We can't have the wedding without James. Why? Why is everyone leaving with you, Samantha? What about my wedding? Did everyone forget that I'm the most important person today? Oh, that's right. Samantha, come back right now. Then everyone will come back too. It's your fault that everyone left to begin with, so you better make it right. How could this happen? It's all your fault, Samantha. The wedding got canceled, and it's all because you fell down the stairs.
So basically, you pushed me down the stairs on purpose, but then want to blame me for what happened? Have I got that right?
Huh? I told you that it wasn't on purpose. I told you that it was an accident that I stepped on your dress.
Oh, come on. You couldn't come up with a better excuse than that?
What do you mean?
I was worried about tripping on the hem of my dress, so I wasn't even wearing a long dress that day.
Huh?
And besides that, didn't you realize that there was CCTV installed?
CCTV?
My husband asked the wedding venue to take a look at the recording too. What it shows is the exact moment you kicked my legs from behind and then me falling down the stairs.
Are you serious?
What's important though is that James was there at the very moment they watched the video.
No way. Is that why everyone left the wedding to go with you to the hospital?
Well, that's what would happen, isn't it? As a husband, James felt responsible for what his own wife had done. And when we met at the hospital, he was continually apologizing to me.
I can't believe it.
And also...
What, there's something else?
Right now, your grandparents, cousins, and James are all together at your parents' house.
What?
It goes without saying that your brother and your parents are there too.
What's going on? Why are they all together?
How about I give you some clues to help you work it out? I won't forgive anyone who stands out more than me at my own wedding. Wear plain clothes and ugly makeup. Or make sure that you all make a fuss and pamper me on my wedding day. Or children get in the way and stand out, so either leave them at home or make sure they come looking as plain as possible. And your husband is really attractive, so make sure to bring him. Of course, you'll also have to bring 2 gifts. And if you don't, I'll make sure to steal your husband away from you. Ha 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 ha. Do any of these messages ring a bell? You sent them to your friends, your cousins, even your fiancé's friends.
How do you have those messages?
I just told you that everyone is getting together at your parents' house. It seems like the way you treated me was the limit for everyone, and they used this opportunity to let everything out about you.
What the hell is this?
And that's not all. Though you didn't invite him to your wedding, you told your male friend not to tell that you cheated on your fiancé while you were engaged. And if he kept his mouth shut, you'd hook him up again after the wedding.
Where'd you get that?
That guy is the older brother of one of your friends.
No way.
He said that he had no idea that you were engaged, and from then, everything got revealed one after the other.
You've got to be kidding me. Samantha, I'm begging you, please tell everyone to keep this awful secret from James.
Keep it a secret? I just told you earlier that James is with everyone right now, didn't I?
What?
And James's parents are at your new place right now too. Everyone wanted to make sure that you didn't just run away after you realized that everything's been aired in the open. James is heading there right now. You'd better prepare yourself for what's to come.
Oh no.
Oh, and by the way, about you pushing me down the stairs, I filed a report with the cops about that too.
What? We got divorced, and sure, we settled the claim out of court, but the fees are getting insane. I also need to pay a settlement to James, and I'm footing the bill for the entire wedding, too. Why is this happening? I was supposed to be the happy bride, but now even Mom, Dad, and my brother won't speak to me. I can't even go back to live with them either. All of my friends have cut ties with me. How could this be happening? Samantha, say something. Why did things turn out like this?
Any normal person would immediately realize what they did and try to reflect and apologize for it. But Claire is too proud for that. It seems she developed such an extreme personality during high school when she became arrogant from the success of her first relationship. That was the beginning of the end. At least, that's what I heard. But if you still can't control your emotions and desires even after becoming an adult, apparently, a distant male relative raised the money for all the settlements and fees she had to pay in exchange for her coming to live with him. But it seems he has the mindset that whatever woman he happens to get his hands on becomes his property. From the way that Claire looked and started shaking from hearing this, it looks as though she managed to imagine how miserable her life will be from now on.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Troy, can we talk?
What's up, Melanie?
This came as a total shock to me, and I'm not sure how to explain this to you.
What's the matter?
I'm applying for my passport, so I went to the city hall to get proof of my marital status.
Really?
Yeah, when the clerk came back with my file, it said I'm divorced? What's going on? Is there something you want to tell me?
Yeah, about that. I was gonna tell you sooner or later.
Troy, what's going on?
Sorry, Melanie, but I can't be married to you anymore.
What? Troy, if this is a joke, you've gone way too far.
I wouldn't divorce you as a joke.
So, it's true?
Yeah, it is.
Why, Troy? What on earth would we get divorced for? We're not having any relationship problems, are we? But even if we were, why would you divorce me without telling me? Do you have any idea what you've done?
I had no choice.
What do you mean you had no choice?
Well, I mean, Brianna got pregnant.
Huh? Wait, Brianna? You mean my little sister?
Yeah.
Mom told me she was pregnant, but you're the baby's father?
Yeah, I am.
Troy, I don't believe this. How long has this been going on?
Well, actually, we exchanged numbers when we first met before the wedding. We started talking that night, and eventually she started saying she wants to meet up.
No.
And for my part, I did tell her no at first, but she kept sending me multiple messages a day. She said she was in love with me, and after a while, well, I kind of, you know.
That's all it took for you to start up an affair with your wife's younger sister? And when she got pregnant, you divorced me without even telling me?
I mean, yeah, putting it simply, that's what happened.
How could you?
Think about it. It's my child. I have to take responsibility, don't I?
Responsibility? What about your responsibility to me? Shouldn't you have talked to me about this first? Not only did you sleep with my sister, you divorced me without saying a single word to me. What is the matter with you? What kind of person does that?
See, this is exactly why I couldn't talk to you. I knew you'd blow up on me and Brianna.
And you're blaming me for this?
Brianna gave me a child before you did, so you must be jealous. I know, but seriously, grow up.
Grow up? Me? You impregnated my sister, but I need to grow up? Alright, I'll start talking like a grown-up then. Grown-ups know that you have to serve your spouse before you can divorce them.
Serve? Serve what?
So this looks to be a case of identity theft, perjury, fraud, and a few other crimes. But we'll put that aside for now. Judging by your attitude, it looks like I won't be able to change your mind.
Ha! So you're finally giving up? Why couldn't you just say that from the get-go? What a waste of time and energy.
Do you think I'm giving up?
Didn't you just say that you were?
Do you really not know just what sort of mess you're in?
What are you talking about?
You really didn't think this through, did you?
Are you trying to scare me? It's not gonna work.
Anyway, get out of the house.
What? Why?
The title is in my name, remember?
Oh yeah, I guess I did forget about that. But at least give me some time to pack.
Alright, just be out of there by tomorrow night. I'll stay at a friend's house tonight, so I better not see you there tomorrow.
Okay, geez, get off my back, I'm going.
If you think I'm getting off your back, you've got another thing coming.
Huh?
You'll see. Goodbye for now.
Hey, Melanie, I heard from Troy. He said you were so jealous of us you kicked him out. You were never one to get jealous. How embarrassing for you.
Let me guess, Brianna. You had something to do with my husband divorcing me in secret, didn't you?
Yep. It was awesome. I pretended to be you and we went to the courthouse together so we could divorce you with no problem. How's it feel to have another man stolen from you? Remember when I took your boyfriend back when you were in college? You must be super jealous right now. But Troy picked me, and there's nothing that can change that.
Yeah, I'm super duper jealous. Man, am I jealous. You sure got me. So anyway, don't contact me ever again. I have a lot of work to do thanks to the two of you, so I'm pretty busy right now.
I just wanted to see your reaction. Remember when you found out about me sleeping with your old boyfriend? And you were all like, yeah, whatever, you can have him. You're such a loser. Maybe if you weren't so boring and at work all the time, you might be able to keep men interested in you. I'm imagining your face right now, and I can't stop laughing. I can see you now, beet red, tears running down your cheeks, hair a mess. Man, you must have really liked Troy. This is the best.
None of those things are true, actually. I mean, if anything, I just feel bad for you.
You what?
I was about to break up with that loser in college anyway. And now that I see what a completely oblivious moron Troy is, I'm pretty much over him too.
I'm not really sure what you're saying. But I guess this means I win. Troy and I will be together forever.
Yeah, you two already got married. That's gonna complicate things.
What are you talking about?
Just to make sure, do Mom and Dad already know about this?
Of course they do. Troy's still their son-in-law. The only thing that's changed is which sister he's married to. And since they're getting a grandchild out of it, what is it to them? As long as you play nice, everything will be fine.
Oh, okay. So you didn't hear about the company?
Huh? The company? Oh, you mean you won't be able to work at Troy's dad's company anymore?
What do you mean?
Well, you're divorced, right? Troy's gonna be the CEO someday. How could you bear to work for the man who abandoned you? That would be a living hell. Don't worry. I'll be there to support Troy once you're gone. You won't be missed.
I can't believe this. I'm surrounded by idiots.
So, can this conversation be done now? I don't want your negative energy to have an impact on my baby.
Oh, aren't you considerate?
Okay, bye-bye. Hey, Melanie, are you there?
What do you want?
Why did Troy get fired from his company? More importantly, Troy's dad is cutting off support for our dad's company. What's going on? What did you do, Melanie?
Nothing much, really. All I did was tell Troy's parents that he divorced me and married my sister.
That's all? Is that really all you did?
Yep, that's it. Everything after that was up to Troy's parents.
Why? All he did was divorce and remarry. It's 2023. Everyone gets divorced. Why would he get fired for that?
Brianna, did you really not know?
No what?
Our dad's company is close to bankruptcy.
What?
The only reason Troy and I got married was to secure funding for the restructuring from Troy's dad.
Huh? But what's the big deal? I'm his daughter too. I'll marry Troy and everything will be business as usual.
There was one more condition.
What condition?
This is actually the more important part. Troy's dad had to put me on the board of his company. He had his eyes on me for a while because of my business qualifications.
What?
It'll make sense soon. So, now that one condition of the support, my marriage to Troy, was ended in a legally problematic way, and the other half of the deal, the skilled businesswoman wife, has been taken out of the picture and replaced with a useless freeloader who never worked a day in her life, exactly what reason would he have to continue his support?
I have no idea what any of that means.
Yeah, I didn't expect you would. I'll make a picture book version for you one of these days. But even our parents were as clueless as you. Appalling, really. Anyway, Troy is fired and his dad is cutting him off. Troy's dad's funding for our company is also cut off, and nothing is going to change that.
I can't believe it.
Oh, by the way, Troy's dad, the current CEO, called me earlier. He said he wants me to stay on at his company.
What?
And since both of you and our parents have betrayed me, this seems like a great opportunity to cut you out of my life.
Melanie, wait!
Oh, and I'm also going to sue you. Bye!
Melanie, you can't do this! Pick up your phone!
Soon after that, my dad made Troy the president of his company. But it seems like Troy doesn't quite have his father's business acumen. The company, which was already in trouble, slid even further into the red and declared bankruptcy. Troy now has to deal with both a swarm of angry creditors and the settlements we reached for him cheating on me. Brianna gave birth to a healthy baby boy, but immediately cracked under the pressure of parenthood. One of Troy's cousins felt sorry for the kid, reached out to them, and offered to adopt him. So they took him in, and they're raising him like one of their own. Troy eventually started begging me for help and to take him back. I told him I already had a new boyfriend and blocked his number. I think I managed to find myself a keeper this time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hi, Sarah. Have you decided to quit your job yet? It's been 3 months since you married my son, Andrew. You need to focus on having children. The best way to do that is to quit your job and become a housewife. You know the reason you're having trouble having children? It's because you're always so tired after coming home from work.
Miss Jameson? I'm currently at work, so can we please talk about this later if it isn't urgent?
Oh, is that so?
I leave my smartphone on my desk due to work reasons. I get all sorts of messages related to work, so it's kind of distracting getting all sorts of messages from you.
Why not just quit the job?
You say that like it's so easy. I explained this before the wedding, but I can't just quit my job since I'm in an important position.
You're just complicating things, aren't you? There are probably tons of replacements for someone like you.
Actually, that's not really...
If you don't quit, you'll have to divorce, you know?
What?
It's your duty to give your husband's parents grandchildren.
You've got it wrong. You see, I eventually want to have kids too, but I can't just quit my job. Andrew understands this.
There's no way he does.
I thought he talked to you about this.
He's just being nice to you. That's not what he actually thinks. There's no way a child of mine would just forgive you being so selfish.
Selfish? But I just...
What you're doing is selfish no matter how you look at it. The husband's wife needs to prioritize what the mother-in-law says above all else. It's not an exaggeration if I say that you're my slave.
Your slave?
If you understand, then quit your job immediately.
Hi, Andrew. Do you have a minute?
Hey, Sarah. I just checked in the hotel and was just gonna take a bath. What's wrong?
Your mother told me again to quit my job.
What, again?
She even told me that I was her slave.
That's going too far. I thought I already explained the situation to her. Every time I talk to this about her, she gets hysterical.
I see. According to her, you also actually want me to quit my job, but are just being kind to me.
What? No. I only told her what I actually felt. The company's gonna be in huge trouble if you just quit.
Yup. It really can't be helped. I explained this when I met your parents before getting married, but she must have forgotten.
Well, my mom is the kind of person who won't listen to anything a person she thinks is beneath her says. Also, both my grandmother and great-grandmother were the type to quit their jobs once they got married. So maybe she saw this and assumed this was how things were supposed to be.
That reminds me. I heard from your dad that your mom quit her job as soon as she got married.
Yep, I've heard the same story before. Apparently, Mom really wanted to get married and half-forced Dad into it. Dad at the time was just 2 years into his job, so he actually wanted Mom not to quit her job. but Mom had apparently quit by the time he found out.
So he did struggle financially, huh?
Yup. Working after hours wasn't as looked down upon as it is today, so that's how he earned the money he needed until he got promoted and obtained a stable position at the company.
I see.
We've been talking for quite a while now. You see, Dad's asked me for advice or something concerning Mom.
Your dad?
Yes, I'll explain it to you when I get home. I'll be there tomorrow, so let's talk about what we should do about her from now on as well.
Alright. Sorry for bothering you while you're busy.
It's fine. It was an important matter. You can talk to me whenever.
Okay, thanks.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Miss Jameson! What are you thinking, sending a letter of resignation in my name to the company I work at?
Oh, hi Sarah. It's because you didn't seem to have the courage to quit by yourself, so I thought I would give you a push on the back.
What do you mean I didn't have the courage? I have no intention of quitting the job I have now.
But I already submitted the letter of resignation. You won't be able to stay at the company now, right? I should have done this all at the start. I wonder why I didn't think of it until now. Now I'm one step closer to being able to see my grandchildren, which means that you surrender and can't be mad anymore.
Well, no. I have no intention on quitting no matter what you do.
What?
If that's your attitude, then I understand. It's time for me to take action as well.
What? Action?
Goodbye!
Sarah, did you quit your job? Today's a weekday and yet you seem to be home. Or is it that you plan on using up your paid holidays before quitting? Sending that letter of resignation worked great. Well, I guess I better teach you how to be a housewife now.
Today's just a day off. Besides, there's no way something like that was going to be taken seriously.
What do you mean?
It was clear that that letter wasn't sent by me.
You're saying they didn't accept it?
Yup, it was sent to the shredder.
What? Do you know how much effort I put into that? That was the best one I made out of many.
It doesn't matter how much you made. They'll all go to the shredder.
Why you? Is that how you talk to your superiors?
If you want to make it like that, then I'm not sure you have the right to be so condescending while you depend on your husband to get by.
What?
It seems that Mr. Anderson has been complaining about you to my husband lately. Apparently, you're not happy with your husband's salary?
I'm the one who manages the house. Just because I'm a housewife doesn't mean I have no right to complain.
Well, I guess being a housewife has its own unique difficulties. But even if you put that into consideration, telling your husband to work overtime so that he'll earn more money, even when the company doesn't allow it anymore, is pretty unfair. In my opinion, you should just get a part-time job.
What are you saying? It's the wife's job to stay at home and protect the house, and it's the husband's job to go out and earn money.
I don't completely disagree with that idea, but there are also times when things need to be done differently. However, I do find it hard to understand why you'd be unhappy with your family's income, since your son has a job and has been supporting himself for years. And your husband, even though he doesn't work overtime anymore, is still a manager at a major company.
Quit yapping! It isn't right for the wife to argue with her mother-in-law. Our family doesn't need a good-for-nothing like you. Divorce my son as soon as possible.
Yup, I turned in my divorce papers yesterday. Along with yours too.
What? My divorce papers? What are you talking about?
Weren't you the one who suggested divorce to Mr. Jameson? You said that if he didn't start working overtime again, you'd divorce him. You even gave him a form filled out with your sign on it, right?
Huh?
Mr. Anderson couldn't do anything about it since his company doesn't allow overtime anymore. So he signed the papers as well and came with me and Andrew, who also submitted our divorce papers.
What are you talking about? That's not what I meant.
I have no idea what you were planning on doing, but it's clear that you're the one who brought up divorce to Mr. Jameson.
That's not... I only meant to...
Well, there's really no point in me getting involved. Mr. Jameson is going to hire a lawyer, so talk to him instead.
A lawyer?
Apparently, he's going to sue you for cheating on him with a male stripper.
What?
Is that why you wanted your husband to work overtime so much?
No, that's not it.
I'll give the phone to Andrew now.
Andrew?
Hi, Mom.
Andrew, you're not just going to leave me, right? It seems that you divorced Sarah, so you'll be able to support me now that your father's divorced me, right? Let's get along from now on, okay?
It's true that me and Sarah got divorced, but we got remarried right after.
What?
I just wanted to change my last name.
What? What are you talking about? There's no way my child of mine would stick with such a useless bride. She's the kind of woman to send the letter of resignation I kindly sent for her to the shredder.
About that, It's unacceptable for someone to send a letter of resignation in the name of someone else in the first place. But what are you thinking, sending the CEO's letter of resignation to the CEO?
What? The CEO's letter of resignation to the CEO?
I told you this already. But it seems either you weren't listening or you forgot already.
What do you mean?
You see, Sarah owns a company.
What?
She's the daughter of the former CEO of the company, and she inherited it a year before we got married. By the way, I work at a company, and Dad works at a client company.
So the reason why she wouldn't quit her job, no matter how many times I told her, was...
Her quitting the job would be the same as disintegrating the family. That would also mean that hundreds of people, including myself, would lose their jobs. It would impact the company Dad works at as well. Even then, you'd tell her to quit?
But she's the CEO?
Also, Sarah's pregnant now.
Really?
But we're not gonna let you meet the child.
What? Andrew?
I don't want to consider someone who insults my wife and cheats on Dad as my mother, which is why I'm cutting ties with you.
Wait!
Goodbye.
A few days later, Miss Jameson found a cheap apartment she could move into immediately and left the house. Apparently, the money she used on male strippers was taken from her and Mr. Jameson's savings account. All she got from the divorce was the money needed for a new apartment and 2 months' worth of money to live on. Not taking any alimony was probably Mr. Jameson's final form of pity to his ex-wife, who was a housewife for 30 years. But still, it's hard to begin supporting yourself after you haven't had a job for 30 years. It seems that she's having trouble at the part-time job she was finally able to find. I saw her apologizing with tears in her eyes to a high schooler a few days back. Apparently, this male stripper she was cheating on Mr. Anderson with left her, now that she has no money. Sadly, she'll probably die alone.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Catherine, it's been 5 years, right?
What? Lisa? What do you want?
You're so cold.
And what made you think that I'd be kind to you?
But it's been 5 years. You could at least say something like, wow, how have you been?
I couldn't care less about what you've been doing the past 5 years.
What? You're so mean. Oh, I see. You're still mad about your boyfriend Toby from college, right? Oh my god, it's already been 5 years. I understand that I might have taken him from you, but it can't be helped. I was just more attractive to him than you. Besides, it seems that Toby's already married another woman.
I don't really care about Toby anymore. After all, he was the type of guy to just casually start dating another girl while he already has a girlfriend. We only dated for 2 months, so I'm glad I was able to figure that out about him quickly.
I see, but what about your current boyfriend?
What?
What would you do if I told you that I stole your boyfriend again?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not lying, I actually did steal your boyfriend. I found out about how great of a guy he was and knew that we were meant for each other. I'm afraid he's mine now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you want to hear about how we met? You're such a masochist. Fine, I'll tell you. I actually work part-time at a shop near the building of the company you and your boyfriend work at. I saw you two going home together one day.
When was this?
Around 3 months ago. So I waited for a day he would go home alone and talk to him then. I showed him all of my charms, and by the next morning, he was completely in love with me.
I see. Well, that is what you're so good at. This situation feels so familiar.
Yeah. You're the one to blame for not taking more care of your femininity. It's wrong if you point that jealousy of yours towards me.
I'm sorry to ruin your fun, but I don't have a boyfriend.
What?
I'm not even working at a company right now.
What are you saying? Stop embarrassing yourself. I saw it with my own eyes. It's no use trying to lie to me.
But I'm not lying.
Then why did I see you and your boyfriend walking together? How are you going to explain that?
I honestly have no idea what you're talking about, but clearly you just mistook someone else for me.
You're so embarrassing.
I really don't recall the situation you're talking about. If you've got nothing else to say, then can we please end the conversation already?
What? Already?
Bye then.
Fine. See you later, Catherine. Catherine, listen. I've got an important announcement.
What is it? Didn't I tell you not to contact me anymore?
Oh, I thought it was fine since you weren't blocking me.
I heard from somewhere that blocking people like you makes things worse, so I left you unblocked on purpose.
Wow, no mercy, huh? I'm afraid that you won't be so tough after you hear what I have to say, though.
What?
Me and your boyfriend, well, I guess your ex-boyfriend now, are getting married.
What? Is that the person you were talking about a few days ago?
Of course, so how does it feel? You must feel really mad. At our ages, it's normal to start thinking about marriage, right? Sorry for stealing another boyfriend.
Sorry to interrupt you while you seem to be having so much fun apologizing, but I really don't know what you're talking about. Me and my husband aren't divorcing yet, so there's no way you'd be able to marry him.
Wait, what do you mean, husband? But you haven't even married yet.
My husband's sitting next to me right now.
Then who's the person watching TV with me in the same room?
Like I said, I have no idea who you're talking about. My husband says he doesn't even know you.
So you can't come up with a valid excuse, can you? You're just mad you lost. Besides, there's no way someone like you could get married faster than me.
But I actually did get married though.
Stop trying to boast. It's not working. Oh, my boyfriend's calling me, so I gotta go now.
Wait, who's this boyfriend you're talking about?
Did I really say? Obviously, it's your ex-boyfriend.
I'm asking his name.
Bye.
Lisa!
Hi, Catherine. I turned in the marriage papers yesterday.
Oh, okay. Then it's clear the person you're marrying isn't my husband.
What? You're still saying that? I'm actually starting to feel bad for you. You must have loved him very much, but he chose me over you, so you need to move on, okay? I'm the one who's his wife.
I'm telling you, I'm not divorced. I would never cheat on my husband with another guy. So it's clear this boyfriend of yours has nothing to do with me.
Whoa! You really don't give up, do you? Miles is mine now, no matter how much you deny it.
What? Miles?
Yep, your ex-boyfriend Miles. I'll say this one more time for your sake. I'm just a better woman than you.
But that's not my boyfriend. Actually, I'm pretty sure that guy's a criminal.
What? What's this about suddenly?
I want to make sure before I explain it to you. Where was this building you said you saw me and Miles go out of together?
Huh? I don't know the name of the building, but Miles says he works for Goldman Sachs in Manhattan.
Goldman Sachs, huh?
You work there too, right?
What? No, I'm just a housewife.
Huh?
Ah, I understand now. I see what's going on.
What are you talking about? And what's with you suddenly calling him a criminal? Did you go crazy or something?
I'm going to have to explain, so just listen. You see, I have a cousin who works at the same Goldman Sachs building in Manhattan.
Your cousin?
That cousin is my aunt's daughter. My aunt and my mother are identical twins, so that's probably why we look so similar to each other.
Oh.
And the name of my cousin's ex-boyfriend was Miles.
What?
So the guy you thought you stole from me is actually my cousin's ex-boyfriend. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening.
So you're saying I mistook someone else for you?
Yup, that's it. Besides, I moved to California last year when I got married.
California?
That's not the end of the story.
What?
My cousin sued this Miles of yours for trying to pull a marriage scam on her.
He's a con artist?
He hinted marriage to her and was able to steal quite a large sum of money from my cousin.
It can't be.
But this isn't just my cousin.
What?
It seems that there were 2 other women as well. The 2 of them together with my cousin are trying to bring this Miles to court.
He's being accused by 3 women?
Basically, yeah. Apparently, he went to pick out a place for the marriage and got the parents' blessing with all 3 of the women. Frightening, isn't it?
Miles is... There's no way!
They were able to sue him and the whole matter was settled apparently. But he must have had to get a loan to pay that much money.
Wait a minute! Why did he marry me if he's in such a situation?
Well, this is just a guess, but he must have found out from somewhere that your family was rich.
What?
He must have been planning on sharing the debt with you after marriage. After all, he did just get sued by 3 women at once.
That won't do! My parents disown me, so I can't rely on them anymore.
What? Really?
All I did was ask them to pay off my debt for me.
What? You're in debt, Lisa?
Yes, the only reason I sold Miles in the first place was because I thought he must have had a lot of money if he worked at Goldman Sachs.
Oh, apparently he was fired.
What?
One of the women who sued him was in an important position at Goldman Sachs, and the other was an employee at an important client company. It seems they decided to fire him for the damages he did to the company.
So Miles is unemployed?
It seems so.
But I already married him.
You should divorce him as soon as possible.
I don't want as such to stain my life at such a young age.
Huh?
I know I'm going to sue you and your cousin.
What?
It's you and your cousin's fault this happened. It's because you two look so familiar. Because of that, I was tricked into marrying the worst guy ever. I'm going to be asking $50,000 from each of you for a total of $100,000, paid in full immediately. You should have experienced what it's like to be in deep debt as well.
No.
What?
It's a waste of time talking to someone like you who thinks they're always the one who's right. So, goodbye.
You're going to run away?
You're the one who's running away from reality, Lisa. Bye for real this time. After that, I had my phone number changed due to advice from my husband. I found out from a friend later on, but apparently Lisa once had an affair with a married man. She was sued by the wife and was forced to get a loan. It was basically the same thing with the con artist Miles. I really don't understand why she enjoys things like this so much. But in the end, two people with debts stemming from relationship troubles meet and out of greed end up marrying each other. If this isn't karma, I don't know what is. It's almost like one of those stories. The two of them tried to pull a badger game, but immediately got caught by the police. How I heard of that is another story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Long time no see, Amy. Are you still alive?
Jack?
Yo, what's up?
What do you mean, yo? You didn't come home this Christmas again. This is the 6th year you haven't come. It's alright, even if it's just for a day. Just come visit us once in a while.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'll visit you guys this weekend.
What? Really? Does that mean you'll be living here again?
Yep.
But what are you going to do about work? There's no way you'll be able to commute 4 hours to work every day. Wait, did you change jobs?
No, that's not it.
Then why?
Obviously it's because I quit.
What? You quit? But didn't you graduate a famous university and get a job at a huge company? You even boasted so much when you got the job.
Well, you see, I made a huge fortune investing in stocks.
What? Stocks?
Yep, I've gotten so good at it that I could become a day trader if I wanted. It seems that not only was I talented, I was actually a genius.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
I knew you were smart, but becoming a day trader can't be that easy. Did you actually study how to trade stocks?
I learned it by actually doing it.
And what did you do?
I started trading stocks at the market and learned on my way.
That sounds pretty risky.
Yep, but it worked out since I'm a genius.
Judging by how you're talking about this, I assume you've been doing this for a while now? When did you start?
2 months ago?
What? Just 2 months?
Yep, I really must be a genius if I can figure out how to trade stocks in just 2 months.
No way. There's no way you can learn how to trade stocks in just 2 months.
Why? Do you have experience trading stocks?
No, but...
Then quit trying to lecture me.
But why do you have to quit your other job?
It's fine. If I say it's alright, it's alright. I'm a genius, remember? If you keep bothering me, I'm not gonna help you when you need any money, alright?
Anyways, it's decided that you'll be returning here?
Yep. I already cancelled the contract with my current apartment.
Got it. Your room's the same way it was 6 years ago when you left. So just clean it up and move in there, okay?
What? Just do it for me, please, Amy.
I'm pretty busy myself.
It's hard to believe you when you're not even married, live in your parents' house, and don't even have a boyfriend.
Shut it. You're already an adult, right? You should be able to clean up your own room.
I got it. I'll be bringing my stuff on the truck this weekend, so open up a place to park for me, alright?
Fine. Take care.
Are you outside, Amy? I wanted to ask you for help carrying my stuff.
Oh, you're already there? You had a key?
Yeah, so I just opened the door and went in. Where are you?
I was suddenly called to work and had to go to the office. I'll be home by evening.
Is that so? Where are Mom and Dad?
Those two are... well, it's the usual.
What do you mean? Actually, who cares? Just help me when you get home, alright?
Actually, I'll probably still have to work, so I won't be able to help.
You know what? You keep talking about work, but aren't you an unemployed woman living with her parents?
What?
You're lying about work, aren't you? You're just killing time outside and you don't want to help me.
I don't know what idea you have in your head, but it's true that I have a job, you know?
What?
I just work from home most of the time. I just had to go out today to talk in person to my client.
What? That sounds so much like a lie.
Why?
You always mention how you text Mom and Dad. Haven't you been living at their house for the past 6 years ever since you quit the last company you worked for? I'm saying that it's embarrassing that my sister, who's already in her 30s, is still depending on her parents.
Oh, so that's what they said about me. I'm not even unemployed. I just work from home.
That's the excuse people like you always give.
Anyways, the neighbors know that I work from home, so there's really no need to be embarrassed.
That's just what you think. Besides, there's no way to get a job that lets you work from home if you didn't even go to college. Things like that can only be done by people with a certain level of smarts and skills.
But I do have some skills.
These skills you're talking about are probably the type that no company is ever going to want. Which is why you must actually be unemployed.
Why do you have zero understanding for people who work from home? Aren't you younger than me? That head of yours must be getting old. Are you alright?
You've got some courage saying that to me, the genius.
It's fine if you return home, just don't bother my work.
Bother you? You're the one who needs to get an actual job and stop being a bother, Amy. I don't care whether you're poor and have no income. I'm not going to be lending you any of my money.
I said I have a job!
Alright, I see how it is. I'll make some food, okay?
I told you, I won't be home until evening.
Seriously? I only ate instant ramen for breakfast, so I'm really hungry.
Jesus. Well, it's obvious you haven't been eating well. There's some stir-fried vegetables in the fridge left over, so eat that.
What? Stir-fried vegetables? How lame.
You don't have to eat it if you don't want to.
Fine.
Oh, be sure to ask Dad first if you're going to drink the beer. He gets really mad if you just drink it without asking.
Alright. Amy? Could you leave the house already?
What? What's this about suddenly?
I'm sick of having to pay for someone who doesn't have a job.
Are you talking about me?
Who else would I be talking about?
And what about you? What are you doing in your room all day?
I'm checking stock values. I need to monitor the market to determine which stocks will be profitable. This is my job.
Is that actually all right? Making a living off of stock trading seems even harder than working from home.
It's fine. I'm a genius after all.
I, for one, think that you should be more careful, though.
I said I'm fine. I'm not gonna fail.
I see. Well, I've got to attend a meeting, so I'll be leaving the house. There's curry in the fridge if you want something to eat for lunch.
Got it.
Jack, is this your doing?
What is it?
My stuff's outside the house.
Yeah, that was me. Me plus Mom and Dad.
What?
I talked to Mom and Dad about kicking you out of the house, since you don't even have a job of your own. They strongly agreed to my plan. We were planning on moving all your stuff outside the house while you were outside. Everything in your room's right there.
What? Why you? How many times do I have to tell you that I have a job?
They said to take the stuff by tomorrow morning. You better take it away as soon as possible. Oh, we changed the house keys, so you won't be able to come in anymore.
So you really do want to kick me out, huh?
The way you say it is a bit harsh. I just want you to become an actual adult that contributes to society, Amy. So I'm just making it so that you'll have to.
What are you going to do with the house?
The rent is no problem. After all, I'm a rich genius.
Okay. So you really want me to leave?
Yep, definitely. Oh, is it that you're in trouble since you got no place to go? I mean, you are the person who lived off of a parent's money for the last 6 years. So I guess it was to be expected. Fine, I'll give you 10 cents, so get out of the house already, will you? Don't come back.
So does that mean you're cutting ties with me? Thanks.
What do you mean by that? Why do you sound happy?
Take care of him for me, will you? Oh, I don't need the 10 cents.
What are you talking about?
Bye then.
What? I thought you'd be more sad. Amy? Amy! Something terrible's happened! What should I do?
I thought you guys cut ties with me.
The value of the stocks went down in value hard!
Stocks? Are you talking about the stocks you bought?
Yes, it was fine until yesterday, but then suddenly, I woke up and checked the stock values and they dropped enormously.
Are you talking about A Engineering?
What? How do you know?
Haven't you been watching the news?
The news?
I only skimmed through an article, so I don't really know the details, but they've been talking about how there's been an incident within the company since last night.
Seriously?
I don't know much about stocks, but aren't stock values heavily influenced by the current situation of the company?
So that's why the value suddenly dropped?
Probably.
Oh, what a mess.
And why'd you contact me? I forgot to block you. But stop contacting me, will you? I thought you cut ties with me.
I need money!
What?
Things have turned into a real mess ever since the values of my stocks dropped.
What do you mean?
I decided to take a risk and invest a large amount of money, so I got a loan of 40K.
Seriously? You're in that much debt?
Yep, but I have no way of giving it back, so please give me some money. It seems that even though you were poor and unemployed, you had enough money to find a new house. You got some money, right?
I do have the money, but I'm not giving you any.
What?
Why should I give someone I cut ties with any money?
I'll apologize for kicking you out of the house. Even if you're unemployed, you can still find a job while living at this house.
How many times do I have to tell you that I'm not unemployed? Aren't you the one who needs to find a job?
Huh?
The rent costs 1K per month at that house. But Mom and Dad just spend the whole day at the casino and don't have a job, so...
What, Dad doesn't have a job?
You didn't know?
But doesn't he leave the house in the morning every day saying he's off to work?
Apparently he considers gambling a profession.
What?
Hey Jack, you don't know that our late grandfather and I were the ones who paid for your college tuition and not Mom and Dad, do you?
Really? What do you mean?
You see, our family depended on our late grandfather who owned his own business for money before I got a job.
Once he was gone, Mom and Dad immediately used up all of the money they received as inheritance on gambling. I've been supporting the family since 3 years back. But for some reason, Mom and Dad still think they're living off of the inheritance money. They won't believe it when I tell them that they're living off of the money I earn working. Which is why, now that I'm gone, you'll either have to support them on your own or convince them to start working.
Please come home, Amy!
What? Why?
It's bad enough that I lost my stocks and now in debt, but I have to support Mom and Dad as well. Just get a job and be enough.
I have no intention of returning.
Why? I'm begging you!
Aren't you the one who kicked me out?
I said I'll apologize! Besides, how do you plan on making a living when you don't even have a job?
I'm honestly curious what kind of brain this genius, who after hearing everything I said still believes that I'm unemployed, has. But I'm actually a freelance web designer.
Huh?
I'm actually pretty busy. I've got work I need to do before the deadline, so I really don't have the time to be texting you.
Amy?
Goodbye for real this time. I found out later on from a relative as to why Jack started trading stocks. Apparently, he had a colleague who was an expert and made a huge profit after following his advice. He got hooked and bought some more stocks and was lucky enough to make another huge profit. But that was the end of his luck. He must have thought he had a talent for it and quit his old job without thinking about the future. Jack now supports Mom and Dad at their house with multiple part-time jobs. He's got his own debt to pay on top of that, so obviously he has no time off. Now that I'm gone, no one in that house does any housework anymore. It's basically a garbage dump now. It's a rented house, so they'll probably be kicked out. Which is what a relative said while sighing.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.